Okay, so let's talk really quickly about ego and how you can get out of your ego. What ego is? Ego is the need to control. Pride is the need to not let go. When you operate out of ego, what you're doing is disservicing yourself. You're in your way. Someone says something that you don't like, you're easily triggered, or you feel like you need to react or do something to them because it's bruised your ego or made you feel a certain type of way. When you operate like that, you are only messing over yourself, not anyone else, because some situations don't require a response. Some situations you have to just let go. Not everything requires you to stick your chest out. That's ego. And then your pride is the inability to let things go. You just won't let it go. Oh, they said this, they said this. This is my pride. And you fucking yourself over. You've ruined relationships and all type of stuff. And you know that you were the cause of the breakup. You were the cause of the falling out with your family members, your loved ones, or whatever. But your pride won't even allow you to apologize. Your pride won't even, and your ego won't allow you to be honest with yourself about it. You won't be honest with anyone. If you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with anyone else. You're operating out of ego, even like with the street stuff with guys. Oh, that was my territory. I'm going to go over there and kill him. Why? Did he hurt you? Did he hurt your children? What did that person do? That person didn't do anything that requires you to take his damn life. And your first reaction is to take that person's life. That's ego. Sweetheart, you got to let go because you're going to run or rush into something out of ego and it's going to end your life. What you had planned for somebody else, the role is going to reverse and that's going to be the end of you. And even with like in life, even in life, when you feel like you know it all, say for instance, you're broken, you know you're broken. If you're dealing with mental health issues, you're broken. Okay, if you can't control your mood, you struggle with depression, you're broken. So you're dealing with someone that's not going through that, and you say something that's operating out of hurt, and that person tells you that you said something that's operating out of hurt, and you come to them like it's just an opinion because you don't want to be wrong, right? You want to be right in saying what you said, but it's not. You're operating out of hurt and brokenness. What you're saying is a trauma response. I'm gonna give you an example. Someone posted something about not trusting others or don't trust what people say. And I said, when people act like that, your inability to trust someone else comes from you not trusting yourself, because when you trust yourself, you trust yourself enough to know that you're not going to allow the wrong people or energies in your space. So you won't lead with, oh, I can't, don't trust. You're not leading with, don't always watch people, don't trust what people say and all this other stuff. Another reason that people act like that is, and I recently told someone this yesterday and actually in January, paranoia comes from the things that we know that we've done to other people, you know, like but sneakingly or like behind a person's back or just period in life. We know what we've done to other people. So the paranoia comes from expecting people to do the same to us. That's it. Or just being broken, like, oh, somebody did this to me, so everybody's like that. That is a trauma response. That's a trauma response, baby. And you have to deprogram yourself. I don't have trust issues and I don't have paranoia towards other people. And I've been fucked over 50,000 times. But I know myself well enough to know that those experiences were those experiences were with that individual, not those experiences were with those people and not everyone else. So I don't lead with paranoia. I'm not paranoid. There's no one on earth that can ever say I've screwed them over. That I don't operate like that. I never have. Even when I was broken, that's never been my heart. I'm not the sneaky connive and do stuff behind your back. I've never cheated on anyone. I've never stolen from anyone. The list goes on. So I'm not looking for people to do those things to me. Does that make sense? And then I'm also not broken. So any experience that I have with an individual is an experience with that individual. I don't look for everyone else to do the same thing. When you react like that, it is a trauma response. And if someone tries to help you come out of that energy and to see it a different type of way, which is the right way, and you respond like, oh, well, you're not getting it. I get it very well. I'm just helping you come out of your ego so you can hear what I'm saying so that you can correct it. Because if you don't have a problem with trusting people, I got cut off and I don't remember and I wasn't going back to watch it. But paranoia is you looking for people to do to you what you know that you've done to other people, whether it was publicly or in private. So you have to come out of that. You know what I mean? Have to forgive yourself. You have to recognize your prior transgressions and come out of that. Because trying to fuck people over before people fuck you over, or putting up a block to other people, that's ego. That's pride and ego. You're operating out of that, and you are going to destroy yourself. You're never going to have any good, healthy relationships. You're never going to any of that because you're leading out of ego. Even with me, I had to shut down Healing Tears Way for a little bit because I'm like, oh, I have all these gifts. I'm, the greatest. And I am really good at what I do, but my gifts are God-given. I didn't give myself any of these things. So I had to come out of and my ancestors told me that you have to come out of ego and lead the proper way. And I can't lead other people in ego because they might start to lead themselves in ego. I have to put that to the side and just come bare. This is what it is. These are the things that I'm presenting to you because this is what I'm being told to teach you or to put out there in the world. And so I had to let the ego go. Although I felt like I was a grounded person. I don't say humble because humble is minimizing yourself. Grounded is the perfect word for it. Although I felt like I was a grounded, down to earth individual, and I still had a little cockiness going on, and it's okay to be confident, but it's not okay to lead with ego, because when you lead with ego, then you come combative, and then you're not coachable, and you should always be coachable and easy to lead, even when you're a leader yourself, right? People that lead with ego, they tend to get offended easily, defensive. They tend to always feel like someone's trying to be funny. You could just be having a conversation with them or like a random conversation, and instead of clarifying what's going on, they jump to the worst case scenario because that ego is bruised. How dare you say that to me? And then they, whatever. Versus when a person is really confident and not leading an ego, like in their healthy self, a person can say whatever to them and it's not going to bother them. And that's where I am in life right now. A person can say anything to me. How you feel has nothing to do with me. Right? Because I know me. I know me well enough to not have the need to prove myself to anyone. Not you, her, no one. I don't prove myself to anyone. We're not going back and forth. I'm not defensive when people say things to me. I take constructive criticism well. Like, argue. And if y'all knew the lower vibrational tier, and I'm not talking about like last year when my ancestors checked me about my ego. It was more so with my spiritual walk, not like in life. But I'm talking about before I was healed, honey. Nobody could say nothing to me because I would dive in that shit. You want to fight or shoot? I'm laughing, but so or I would curse them out. And I have these spiritual gifts I had my entire life. So imagine getting in an argument with someone that can pull out all of your insecurities that you didn't think anyone knew. You never told anyone you had them deep inside. And here comes this random person to pull it all out, ripped your heart out and kicked it into the sky. I used to be that person a long time ago. So I had to come out of that. Like, I have no need. I'm not arguing. I'm not going back and forth because I know my power and I'm comfortable with my power, right? You're really confident in who you are. You don't feel the need to prove anything. You don't have to lay down with the street guys. You don't have to lay down at demonstration. You don't have to go back and forth. If a person becomes combative or argumentative with you, you can just leave the conversation. And that's what I do. I don't engage. I don't go back and forth. You'll know if you're starting to get on my nerves or bother me because I'll just stop talking. Like, all together. We ain't even gonna have this conversation anymore. When I feel like it's not going anywhere, like I won't engage. I gain nothing from tearing another person down, because if you're already broken and I dig into you, I'm just adding to what you already have going on, and I have no desire to do that. I have no desire to hurt anyone else in life, period. So I won't do it. So when you're out of your ego, you have the ability to do that. You have the ability to say, I know my strength. I don't even have to go there with you because you and I both know, right? And then you just leave stuff alone. Stop leading with that ego. It'll be your demise.